Oh, here we go again. Severance is back for season 2. That's right. The Gen Z show for every no-life having neckbeard forced out of their parents' home and told to get a life. This is the worst propaganda I've seen in a long time. What theme are we tackling in Severance? The fact that this generation of crybabies doesn't want to work. I mean, oh my God. See, back in my day, okay, those who didn't want to work were left on the street, were left in the gutter. You either got with the program or you were left behind. It's just that simple. But these are such entitled crybabies. These are such grown children with the mental capacity and fortitude of a 7-year-old. They fold their arms and they stiffen up their upper lip and they raise their head and point their nose down at you and they say, I don't want to work. And what do we do with that behavior? We reward it. We hand out disability payments for being obese. And now you have shows like Severance to appease the Gen Zers who couldn't defraud the government, weren't smart enough to get one over on Uncle Sam, by separating yourself from the you when you work. Adam Scott is clearly just taking this for a payday. And, it's hard to argue against it when so many single-digit IQ having, knuckle-dragging apes are willing to tune in for the clown show. I mean, there's no forward progression in the plot. There's no captivating twists. There's no intricate characters with layers. This is all surface-level garbage. And it's just painstakingly abysmal when you pull the veil back. Like when the wizard came out at the end of The Wizard of Oz and, it's all smoke and mirrors. All this is crybaby propaganda speaking out against the modern economy. Well, guess what? The modern economy is the best it's ever been. If you don't have 2 or 3 jobs, if you're not out there busting your ass like a man, if you're not working, if you're not pulling 60 or 70-hour weeks, don't talk to me. You don't know what it's like, okay? You don't know what it's like to be a provider. You don't know what it's like to be a man. And you and I have nothing in common if you're not pulling those kinds of hours. If you're not pulling down $250K a year, you and I are not in the same league, all right? We might be in the same species, but I'm on the advanced, highly intelligent end, and you're on the complete opposite end, all right? See, we have made a huge error. This is our mistake, and I will bear that cross. I will fix it myself. Listen up, you bunch of cackling crybaby children. There are going to be things in life you don't like. Severance is the portrayal of what your generation wants to see, but you don't always get what you want in life. You don't want to work? Well, guess what? Then you're not going to have the new car or the house or the apartment or the clothes or the phone or the video games or, God forbid, the titles like I review on this channel. You don't get to have it. You got to make a choice, and you best make that choice sooner rather than later. This is a cooperative social society, and you can either be part of it and contribute and get your money and get your status and get your respect, or you can continue sitting on the internet complaining about late-stage capitalism and crying about the fact that you have to go put in 20 hours a week at Starbucks, okay? You see, these jobs aren't jobs. They didn't exist back when I was getting out of school. You want to know why? They weren't respected. You want a respected profession? You had to go out and you had to earn it. It wasn't handed to you. It wasn't something that you checked a box on some diversity quota and got. Okay, it was something that grit and hard work and sweat and blood and tears earned you. And shows like this are portraying it as something that is to be willingly given up, that you should just separate yourself when you're at work. If you're not the best version of yourself when you're at work, then you're nothing at all. All right. Severance, season 2, 0 out of 10. Terrible across the board. Every episode is worse than the last somehow. And you crybaby bitches who are watching this and saying, like, oh, there's some deep meaning here. You know, society, we've just gotten to the point where we're working too much. Maybe if you spend a little more time actually working those jobs you claimed you hate and a little less time bitching online about the society that you reap all the benefits from, maybe your perspective would shift a little bit. Oh, my sweet summer child, you are in for a rude awakening.